You know, here on Delmarva Life, we always try to find the topics that impact the largest number of our viewers, and we found the Big Daddy.
Yeah, and it's the rising cost of everything. We'd like to welcome back to Delmarva Life business professor at Salisbury University, Dr. Memo Diriker. Thank you for being on Delmarva Life this afternoon. How are you?
Fine, thanks. It's my pleasure to be here.
All right. Well, you know, it's no secret that everything costs more. I need you to tell me that there is relief on the way. Can you do that?
Yes, there is, but not right away. Probably in a couple of years, maybe even 3 years from now. But it's not going to be like this all the time. We're going through a perfect storm when it comes to inflation. All kinds of things are converging, and it's making the prices just keep going up and up and up. But in the long run, medium to long-term run, it's going to be a little better.
Okay, so let's talk product shortages for just a cream cheese. Do you know how hard it is to find cream cheese right now? Is this going to get any better?
You know, it will get it. Part of the problem there is not the inflation, it's the supply chain issues. The supply chain has been disrupted by the pandemic, and it's going to continue to be disrupted, especially with the new Omicron variant, because people are calling sick in addition to the already existing problems that we were having with the supply chain.
So is that all part of this perfect storm?
It is. When you look at what's been happening, the pandemic has accelerated trends in the economy that we knew were coming. They were coming very slowly, but we knew they were going to arrive here sooner or later. They have now all together at the same time arrived. There's the supply chain issues. There's a shortage of commercial truck drivers. There's a shortage of people because, well, 4.5 million people have left their jobs and they're not coming back. There's the issue of people calling out sick because of the rapidly surging Omicron variant. You put all of these together, you have this perfect storm from the perspective of inflation as well as supply chain issues.
So you feel the big quit is really having an impact in this too?
Absolutely. I mean, when you look at some of the things we knew were coming, for example, let's take a very simple example of minimum wage. We knew that eventually we were going to get to a market level minimum wage, somewhere around the $15+ range. And 200 different places in the United States, some municipalities have already been making moves towards that, including Maryland, by the way. But now the pandemic has forced the issue. Another thing, obviously, when there's a pandemic, you have to have medical care, right? But the hospitals are suffering with their employees calling out sick. A lot of nurses are leaving and other medical providers are leaving the profession and not coming back. You pull all of that together, not good.
Can you pull from that a silver lining? I mean, do you think that folks maybe saw that they could have a decent lifestyle without having to get into work every day, maybe stay home, raise their children?
All economic systems try to find equilibrium. What we had been doing before the pandemic was, for a variety of reasons, we were suppressing the natural urge of these economic systems to find that equilibrium, find that market optimum level. So the pandemic has essentially said, that's it, we're taking off all the stops, just free for all. So suddenly everything is changing. And like I said, in 2 to 3 years, they will find that equilibrium. And I sincerely believe, we will be not only at a better place than we are now, but we will be at a better place than we were pre-pandemic, because these pressures were already in the economy and the safety valve has been opened up. It's going to release its steam, and then it's going to relax into the better, newer normal.
Okay, so until we get to that better, newer normal, what would you suggest is the best way to navigate these high prices?
Nothing better than tightening your belts. Although, also this pandemic has unleashed the more creative ways that people earn a living. So there are a lot of people that are engaging in side income generation activities, and especially the younger generations, they're really enjoying this digital economy and doing things that my generation wouldn't even have dreamt about 30, 40 years ago. And of course, organizations and companies are going to have to bring back wages up to that level, otherwise they're not going to be able to get people. So after this stressful time of the 2-3 years are over, we will be better. Till then, like I said, either engage in additional income generation or tighten your belts. There's no other way of doing it.
All right, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Salisbury University's Dr. Memo Diriker, thank you so much.
My pleasure.